If you're in the first few weeks after losing your beloved companion, you're probably disoriented, feeling very tender, overwhelmed even. Those early days carry the weight of what I call soul shock, which is actually an altered state of consciousness that you get popped into. Very surreal. So today I want to help you navigate this sacred and painful window with 5 gentle, soulful tips that I use in my own life when I've experienced loss. For me, they've been lifesavers. So, number one is let the shock have its space. The first thing I want you to know is your heart and your nervous system just went through something very profound. Losing a pet isn't just emotional, it's energetic. Your soul feels it, your body feels it. In those first few days and weeks, especially those first 3, it's completely normal to feel numb and disconnected and, gosh, like you're moving through life on autopilot. Have you ever felt that? Like everything is kind of going on around you. Such a strange feeling to have life occurring and it looks normal out there, but everything's changed within you. And it can feel like time has been suspended or like you're a ghost watching from the sidelines of your own life. Your soul has just experienced an energetic rupture and you're in the recovery ward. So give yourself permission to not function normally. The shock is trying to help you actually. It's your system's way of, cushioning you from the full impact of the loss. So, again, let the shock have its space. Let it be whatever it is. Don't judge it. You don't have to perform any duties you don't want to. You don't have to function normally. You don't have to keep up, be productive, or bounce back. You may find that you have less energy, or you sleep more, or you sleep less, or you lose your appetite. You may feel withdrawn from others that, you just need some more alone time than you normally would. And though this is temporary, it's really important to honor wherever you are and whatever you're experiencing. You can't rush this process. Your only job is to breathe and let your heart land where it needs to land. During this time, as I mentioned, you may notice the world moving even though you're not functioning in it. And this is where the next steps come in to help with that. So, step 2 basically is anchor yourself in simple rhythms. One of the hardest parts of those early grief is that your daily life suddenly feels foreign. Everything's been upended, and you're out of your routine. Feeding times, walks, bedtime rituals, the little rituals that shaped your life and daily responsibilities is just gone. That emptiness is so jarring, and everywhere you look, you see it. So what helps is if you anchor yourself in really simple, small things that gently remind your nervous system that life is still safe. It grounds you. So make a cup of tea at the same time each day, or sit outside for a few minutes every morning, or stick your head out the window and breathe some fresh air. Light a candle before bed. Touch something that grounds you, a blanket, a warm mug, your collar. So one of my clients had her dog's photo put on a pillow, and after her dog passed, that pillow became her touchstone to keep her connected and grounded. Oh, and here's a mug a friend of mine made for me. It's got like Katie and Murphy and little Zoe and even Cookie the lab. Cookie is still with me, but the others have passed, and I use this all the time. Even mundane chores are great, like vacuuming or cleaning. They keep you in the present moment and they settle your mind down, and things may feel more normal again. Little rhythms help coax your spirit back into your body because it's out to lunch, and you begin to find orientation again. These things aren't about moving on, they're about holding on to yourself. So creating a self care rhythm isn't about adding tasks, it's about giving your heart a safe container. Very, very personal too. They tell your body and soul, I'm safe, I'm loved, I can begin to settle again. Because when you show up for yourself in these simple, loving ways, your body begins to relax just a little bit and trust life again. And that trust is the first quiet step toward healing. And then as you start to regain a little steadiness, as you're going through those weeks, try to remember that your relationship with your pet isn't gone. It's just changing form. Which brings me to three, stay connected to the love, not just the absence. You know, it's one of the harder ones sometimes. In soul shock, your heart naturally gravitates towards what's missing, to the silence, the empty spaces, to the things you can't do anymore. But here's a truth I want you to hold close. The love doesn't disappear. I promise it doesn't end. Only the physical has changed. So when you think of your pet, I want you to pause just for a minute and place your hand over your heart and whisper, thank you for loving me. And then really feel them there. Really feel them. Do this often. You know what I call these? Heart glimpses. Your heart is home base and where you already have established a connection with your pet. That tiny yet huge shift moves you from gripping the absence to touching the presence. Really important to focus in that direction. It begins to rewire the grief from pain into gratitude, not all at once, moment by moment. And the more you connect to that love, the more you begin to feel your pet spirit weaving through your days in quiet, tender ways. And number four, avoid big decisions and emotional overload. In those first 3 weeks, you are raw and wide open. You are still energetically adjusting to a world that has shifted completely. It's completely different. This isn't the time to make big decisions. You don't have to decide whether or not to get another pet right now. You don't have to sort through all their things and clean everything out or take their bed out. And you certainly don't have to have it all figured out. This is your time to feel, not to fix. You know, and if someone urges you to move on or make plans you're not ready for, it's okay to set a gentle boundary. You can simply say, I'm not ready for that yet. Protect your sweet energy. You're learning to breathe again in a new rhythm that takes a lot of tenderness. So, during times like these, I limit my conversations that feel heavy or draining, and choose instead to be around people, well, animals, who let you be quiet and teary and still. Find a friend who can be a compassionate witness to your story of love and loss. Someone who will honor your experience as sacred, because it is. And right now, your focus isn't on what comes next. It's on nurturing what's left inside of you. It's honoring the space that you shared, that heart space. And that care will become the soil where healing begins to grow. And, when you feel ready to take a small step forward, a beautiful way is by creating a bridge. It's a sacred way to stay connected. And so, five is create a daily ritual of connection. So, rituals are really powerful in early grief because they give your heart something to hold on to. They become a gentle thread that ties you to the love that still exists. You know, Your ritual might be simple. I'd let them be as simple as they can be. If they're lighting a candle each night or saying good morning or good night to your pet's photo, talking to them throughout the day. Every time you pass their collar or favorite toy, touch it. Sitting quietly and feeling them nearby. Our pets live in our hearts, and that's our inner world. So I want you to practice dropping into your heart each day and let them appear in front of you. Visit with them. What do they do? How do they feel to you? What do you notice most? You could also write them a short note each day, just a few words from your heart. You know, I always like, what about using a sticky note and placing the sticky notes at various areas where, it's your pet's favorite area? It could be something very simple, such as, I miss you, or thank you for being with me. Thank you for teaching me all you did. Whatever you send from your heart to theirs, they'll feel it. They will receive it. And the more you do this, the more you'll be able to feel them again. These rituals remind your soul and theirs that the bond is still alive. It hasn't gone anywhere. It can't go anywhere. And it creates a bridge, which is a transitional space, just like the rainbow bridge is a transitional space between the world you've known and the one you're learning to navigate now and adjust to. So you're not trying to hold them back or hold them here. That's not what this is. You're honoring the truth and the love that doesn't end. And I know we hear that all the time, but I want you to be able to feel it because your love evolves, it expands, it finds new ways to express itself. So remember, be gentle with yourself. Let the shock move through on its own because it will. Find simple rhythms that feel comfortable for you. Stay connected to the love and protect your precious, tender energy. And give your heart a ritual that it can lean on. Little by little, the soul shock softens. Your heart begins to breathe again, and you begin to feel them because they never left. And as you do, you're gonna sense them everywhere. Your companion walking with you, not in body, but in light, in memory, and in love that never dies. You're not walking this path alone. Your beloved will always be with you, and love is still leading you one breath, one heartbeat, one gentle step at a time. And your pet's there every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe and share it with someone who's hurting, who might need some steps in their life to help them get through this. Thank you for being here.